Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about a recent interview I did as a data engineer. I was given a table in the scenario that called user scores that tracks each user score on specific dates. So, and I was given another table called interactions, which is like the user ID and the event date and the event types. And the question was to calculate the click-through rate, right? So this is how I approached it. So the click-through rate was basically this is how I approached it. I said that I would do a common table expression with a width and number these, because what I noticed is that there were multiple scores for the same user. So so we had to use the latest score, which is the most updated based on the update date per user. So as you can see, I did a inside the first step I did was select star. A row number is a very good function to know. It's a window function. What it does is it simply numbers the rows, but it doesn't like reduce the number of rows or increase the number of rows. So it's not it's different from group by, as it keeps the same number of rows and it'll just add another column. So that's what a window function is, and then you have this option to partition by user ID. So what I'm doing is numbering the rows here and partitioning it by the user ID. So each user ID, if they have two rows, it'll say this is row 1, this is row 2, and so on. So and then in the outer statement, I select the same thing, user ID, the score, and I just bin it a little bit here because the question was to bin the scores. They wanted bin scores and not just the raw scores. And then the outer statement here is where I do rn equal to 1, which is row number 1. So we're only going to take like row number 1. So in case there were multiple rows for a user, we would have taken care of that. And that's how you first build the latest score table. And then there is the interactions tables here, which is just a select of like the columns from the interactions table, and then you join them. And this is how you join the two tables. You do select, you select the bin score, and you select the event type from the interactions table, joining to the latest score table that we built using the key user ID. And then finally we would do another aggregated table where we would split the scores bin and split the clicks and the views. If the event type was click, then 1, as else 0 for the clicks. So count the number of clicks and count the number of views. And the final step is to do the click-through rate, which is the number of clicks divided by the number of views. So, and then from the aggregated common table expression above. So that's how you would do this. So this was a very interesting question where I was asked to calculate the click-through rate, right? Basically it's just a very simple question, and you were given two tables. One is the scores table and one is the interactions table. As you can see, again to review, there was user ID is what was common, but the one problem that they had was there was multiple rows per user here. So that is something I had to take care of. And then I had to make sure that when I join, and then I pivot the views and the clicks. And how do you count the clicks and the views? Is by doing the sum case. When event type equals click, then 1, else 0 as the clicks and the views. And then finally you simply divide the clicks with the views. So, and what does this do? This gets the latest score per user, it bins the score, it joins the interaction data, it aggregates the view, and then computes the click-through rate. I hope you find this video interesting and helpful if you're prepping for your data engineering interview.